Okay, so this box right here is my Game Boy collection. All this Game Boy Advance case, Game Boy Pocket case, and yeah, the Game Boy I grew up with. Wanna see what I have in here? So stick tuned and find out. Intro start. Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here, and today I'm gonna be showing off my entire Game Boy collection. And it's not just the regular Game Boy, by the way. It's the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance as well. But we're gonna start off from the Game Boy regular. So let's get started and not waste too much time, shall we? So I'm gonna show you first. I got Wario Blast featuring Bomberman right here. One of the games I reviewed in my older channel back then. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it in the description below. I got Kirby Star Stackers here. Most of them are going to be loose, so just let you know. I got Yoshi. I got Tetris right here. Let's see if you can see it well. I got a Japanese game called Akatsuki Cha-Cha, because I was into this series last year pretty much. And I got Bunk's Adventure. Yeah, this is a replacement label I made back in 2002, I guess, when I was like a teenager, because there was no label here to say what game it was, so I had to put something there. So yeah, I had this for a long time now. Let me just also show you my complete in box Kirby's Dream Land 2. And I'm gonna show you everything that's in it real quick, so just give me a moment. I have this advertisement thing right here. So you see that advertises a Super Game Boy. Very good condition and shape. I got the manual. And I also got the game itself with the little insert as well. So they're all in the game. This is the Player's Choice Edition, by the way. I got this back in 2019 for like 30 bucks. And yes, it is the Player's Choice right here, so it's probably worth less than the original one, but it's still worth over $100 complete in box regardless. So now for the transition from Game Boy Color to, like, it's gonna be games that I have in between the regular Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. In between, because they could be used for both of them, but they have color palettes that are more advanced than the regular Game Boy when you play on a Game Boy Color. So here it is. Got Space Invaders. I got Pocket Bomberman. Yeah, you're gonna see quite a few Bombermans in this list. And I got Pokemon trading card games from a friend of mine. This guy had a Nintendo Power sticker on the back of this cartridge for some reason, but yeah, here it is. Also wanted to show off the Donkey Kong Land trilogy. Donkey Kong Land 1, Donkey Kong Land 2, and Donkey Kong Land 3. The whole trilogy right here. So yeah, this was definitely my childhood. I'm glad I have them in my collection. They're all in pretty good shape, I must say. I like these yellow cartridges. This is from the regular Game Boy. Should have showed that first, but that's okay. I also got Pokemon Red right here, where I started off, where I first got into Pokemon in general. And I also got the original Pokemon Crystal. So what do you guys think? It's in pretty good shape. This is probably the most expensive cartridge alone Pokemon game that's on the Game Boy pretty much. So let's move on for the Game Boy Color games. And I got quite a few of them here. I got Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. I got Wario Land 3, one of my childhoods as well. I got Mario Tennis here. I got Bomberman Max Red and Blue as well. I got them both. This one I got recently. This one I got a long time ago. This one is in very good shape. This one is not, the label's not so much, as you can see. But yeah, I got both of them. I got Monster Rancher Explorer 2. And I also got Toki Tori. And I got some special Game Boy Color games too. The Tilt and Tumble, where basically a motion control type of game where you move the Game Boy and not the buttons. Like they used to advertise this game as well. Look at this.
Introducing new tilt response technology. Now you move the Game Boy, not the buttons. Kirby Tilt and Tumble, rated E for everyone. Only on Game Boy Color. Get into it!
Yep, so we got that, and we got Super Mario Land, the 6 Golden Stars Game Boy Color Edition. This is the upgrade from the original version. I don't have the original version. I'm still looking for Wario Land, Super Mario Bros. 3 as well, and Wario Land 2 for my collection. So hopefully I can find that at some point. So let's see. I also got the Game Boy camera as well. This is the blue one. They come in different colors. I think this is just for preference, but they all do the same thing pretty much. Now, I also have to point out that I do have the instruction manual for Donkey Kong Land 2. Yep, but I don't have the box or anything like that. And not only that, I do have the instruction manual of Wario Land 3 as well, still in my possession, so it's pretty nice. Now, let me show you the Game Boy's consoles that I actually own before we get to the Game Boy Advance section. So I got this regular Game Boy here. When you turn it on, it lights up red like this, like in this other video I did a while back. It turns on red. And yeah, this is more like a collection purpose because this is the Game Boy I actually grew up with. This red Game Boy right here, it was my favorite color to play it loud when I first got the Game Boy. I'm like, oh nice. Definitely gonna have to get that. 2 years after I got the Super Nintendo. And last year I got a Game Boy Pocket here. Unfortunately, this has a little bit of a bleed right now. So I'm gonna make it my goal, hopefully this year, to be able to learn how to solder and replace the screen. If I ever get a chance to do that, I am definitely going to show it on video. So I hope that you enjoy it. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed or fail, but it's something I want to learn. I will definitely have basic experience of soldering before I even attempt it. So this is gonna take a while. Because I don't even know much about soldering except for what I've seen from YouTubers doing it and stuff. But I want to upgrade this screen pretty much. And by the way, this Game Boy Pocket, I got it for free in a Whatnot auction last year. And it was not like this, by the way. This came out recently. I'm like, ugh. But it still works. It still works just great. It's just the screen is kind of like bleeding a little bit in the middle. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Game Boy. Now let's move on to the Game Boy Advance. And the Game Boy Advance, I got quite a lot of games to show. So let's show off first the Kirby games. Got Kirby Return to Dreamland, which I have a specific video I'm playing later this year related to this, and Kirby in general. And I also got Kirby and the Amazing Mirror right here. So yeah, those are my two Kirby games. I think those were the only two Kirby games that came out on Game Boy Advance, if I'm not mistaken. I got two Pokemon games, Fire Red right here, Sapphire here. And technically, I also got Emerald. And you're gonna say, hey, this is not Emerald, this is Bionicle. I'm like, yeah, looks can be deceiving. But I bought it from someone really cheap. Inside the board is actually Pokemon Emerald. You want to see proof? Here it is. So as you can see, I put this cartridge, the same cartridge, inside the Game Boy Advance. And look what game shows up. It's Pokemon Emerald. So the chips, I believe, is actual legit. It's just that it's, for some reason, it's replaced to something else. I don't know who did it and why, but it's kind of weird. Now for the Mario Advance games. Got Mario Brothers. Let me see if this focuses. Okay, Super Mario Advance 1. Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. It's kind of weird the way that they organized it. Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Bros. Advance 3. And Super Mario Bros. Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, it's kind of weird how they put it in order. Like, the first Super Mario Advance should have been, let me show you real quick. This is where I was supposed to start the Mario Remix. And then these 4 games right here. So, yeah. And I got Mario Kart Super Circuit. Yep, the label is kind of messed up. So, hopefully I could get a condition upgrade at some point. I got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Mario Party Advance. And by the way, let me just show you that I do have the complete in box version as well. Let me show that real quick. This is Mario Party Advance in the box. When you open it up, you are going to see this board that came with it, the Game Boy player, the instruction booklet, I guess, and well, this is the instruction booklet of Mario Party Advance. The other one is just for the Game Boy. And I think there's one more insert as well. Yep, all this came from here. So just showing you that I have complete box of that. So I got Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I got Donkey Kong Country 2. Still looking for 1 and 3 for the Game Boy Advance for my collection. Borderland 4, which I do have the box of it, by the way. It comes with the manual and everything. So, yep. Let me pull it out. Got the manual. Got the box. And I got this one insert right here with it. WerewNC. And also WerewNC Twisted. Yep. Got both WerewNC games on the Game Boy Advance in pretty good condition. I got F-Zero as well, which I do have the box for this game too. Right here, because I actually got it brand new in the box when I first got it a couple years ago. So yeah, it does come with the manual, and all the inserts right here, as you can see. So yeah, F-Zero GP Legend. I'm still looking for the other F-Zero game that came out as a launch title for the Game Boy Advance. Got Fire Emblem Sacred Stone, still looking for the first one. I got Mother 3, this is a repro because it was never officially released. Can this thing focus? I don't think this could focus perfectly, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. These are two other repro cards of Metroid. I don't have the original ones, but they work just fine. And yeah, if you cannot afford the original cartridge and you just want to play it, then this is the way to go. Then we got the two Yu-Gi-Oh games as well, right here. We got Pac-Man, and it has this little Two Birds video initials on the back. So this was tampered. I got the two Yu Yu Hakusho games. I got One Piece, which was I bought this for 10 bucks back then. That was worth like $60-$70. That's crazy, like how much they grew up in price. Also got Rave Master right here. I got the two Bomberman games, of course, Bomberman Tournament and Bomberman Max 2. I don't have the blue one, so I only have the red one for this one, but yeah, you got the idea. And last but not least, the Zoid's Legacy, which I do have complete in box, and it's going up in price like crazy, like it's crazy. Yep, I got this Zoid Legacy Game Boy Advance box. Let me just show off everything that I got with it. It's pretty much complete as well. Like every game I show that's complete, I have it here. Zoid's Legacy manual, the insert, and the Nintendo Power insert right here. Yeah, so this thing has a little bit of imperfection right there, but oh well, it's not a big deal to me, at least. I do have the boxes, and it's only box only of Bomberman Max 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ultimate Masters, and Pac-Man Collection, because I bought them from a renting store, and they still had the box, but they threw away the manual and everything else, which is kind of a shame, to be honest. And I'm not sure if I showed this, but Yoshi Topsy Turvy is also what I got for the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the overview of all the game collections I have for the Game Boy. I hope that you enjoy. Everything is in order. Let me know what you guys think. And what do you think of this Game Boy collection? This is my collection throughout my childhood until now. I'm not like heavily looking for Game Boy games like crazy. Like locally I could barely find Game Boy games these days, and the ones that I do is like I think I'm good. They're not in the best condition from what I found. So from what I have here in this collection, I'm glad to be able to have them. So there are a few games I'm looking for, like I said earlier. And wish me luck on the hunt, and hopefully things go well. And if you are looking for Game Boy games as well to add for your collection, whether it be Game Boy, the original, Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance, you know, the Game Boy names. Oh yeah, let me show you that I also have this custom IPS screen Game Boy Advance as well. So it does have the backlights. And I may also have to show this Game Boy Color, which is like a Game Boy game. And it has like many different games that's built in this little thing. So you get the idea. Let's just load it. And just keep in mind there's no cartridge in there. So this Game Boy Color, whatever it's called, this is just like a random game. I'm just showing it right now, but you get the idea. So if you're looking for Game Boy games, good luck on the hunt wherever you find them. I know that they're hard to get. You may have to buy a lot of them on eBay. But if you can find them off retro video game stores with very good condition at a fair price, then I wish you luck on the hunt. Let me know if you found anything like that in the wild, or you just had to go on eBay and buy it, because yeah, the Game Boy's been obsolete for over 20 years right now, and wow, we're already in 2023. And like I said in the last video, Hime's Quest is coming out later this year for the Game Boy Color. So it's pretty interesting what's going on. So to think that you could probably see a screen saying in this Game Boy Pocket, oh, you have to play Hime Quest is only for the Game Boy Color, so something like that. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this collection. If you want to share your collection as well, feel free to do so. I'm also gonna say that if you enjoyed this video, if you really want to see more from this channel, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Be sure to share this video with your friends that may also like the Game Boy as well. Maybe we could get more people coming in. And join my Discord server in the description below if you want to show off your collection, talk to people that are also game collectors as well. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it there as long as you follow the rules and be respectful, of course. So until next time, Magbo Gaming says, good luck on the hunt, and I hope that you enjoy the games you have, and I'll bid you all until the next video. Farewell. Bye-bye. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, here are some other videos I have I believe you enjoy as well. Get fired up and gaming to your heart's content. See you there.